Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well. We've just a week to Christmas, so don't worry. My name is Nick. Now normally, if you watch a few of these Friday chats, we'd be going on a bit of a walk now through grass, through rain, through snow, through aliens and all that sort of stuff. But unfortunately today is very, very dark. And more importantly, it's very, very windy. Now, wind on the camera, because I've got quite a cheap camera, believe it or not, causes distortion. Now, sometimes it's within safety levels, it can go high or low, and I have to deem whether it's acceptable or not. And wind on the camera this time is just unacceptable. So we're inside today, but we can still have a bit of fun and talk about stuff that means I won't be chased by the Terminator, the Predator, aliens, or anyone else that might be around. So I hope you're all okay. Thank you for watching the channel and subscribing, and those members as well that are lending their support, which we'll come to a little bit later on. So yes, the channel's all about fun, all about easing stress. If you're new to it, well, a big hello to you. So what do I want to talk about this time? Well, it is quite dark out there, and more importantly as well, another thing that I was worried about of going out for a walk is I got an email, because I don't know about you, I do a bit of my Christmas shopping online. I got an email saying there's going to be delivery any time between now and 9 PM. So I'm keeping my ear out a little bit. Normally if I start the camera, the doorbell will go. But yeah, so if I have to leave this in the middle, it's because a delivery's turned up. So I've done all my Christmas shopping, although some of it's still got to be delivered. I don't know if you're in a similar boat, but I don't want to do it as tight as other years. I don't think I'm going to be out at Christmas Eve. Hopefully not. You don't know what's going to happen with tier 3 and all that sort of stuff. So I know some of you, from talking to you before on Twitter and stuff, have already finished your Christmas shopping quite a way ago. So you're much more organised than me. Every time I say I should start it a bit early, but I never actually do. So yes, what big stuff's happened today? Well, yeah, last week, I have to come to this bit because I always like to address stuff if stuff's changed. Last week I mentioned the Atari VCS project on Indiegogo. For those people that don't know, it's a project that's been lasting a few years and has been slated quite a lot on YouTube, and information by Infograms who bought the Atari hasn't been very forthcoming, but I think that's just yeah, anyway, I think that's just that communication problem rather than the project itself, but it led you to think the worst. But anyway, people that don't know, the Atari VCS is a new Atari console with the Atari branding that's supposed to take it to the next age, bit of a step up, bit like the difference between the ZX Spectrum 48K and the Spectrum Next, the old Atari VCS in the 70s to the Atari VCS now. Now, after I did that video last week, they on the Indigo site they said they were starting the shipping, and I was a bit doubtful whether this is going to happen. Some people have got tracking numbers depending on how early they backed it, because they want to send out the consoles first come first served basis, regardless of where people are in the world. But more importantly, people are now reporting of actually receiving these contraptions, these computers, a little bit overpriced for what they are, but that's irrelevant now. It's all about the fans of that project who supported the Atari campaign. Now there is a video on YouTube of someone talking through honestly what they think of the device, and it works. So that's the main thing for what was there, although I don't think their shop front works very well. But the system seems to work, although it's a bit sparse what you can actually get for this console. It doesn't seem like there's many games at the moment, but it's pretty much day one, and you can't really compare Atari with a big commercial thing like the PS5 or Xbox from Microsoft. It is an enthusiast thing, and hopefully it gradually picks up as they address bit by bit. But the people that followed that campaign and got the computer, I think they're going to need a bit of patience as things gradually develop. But the main thing is they got it. And you know, I was fearing the worst, that they wouldn't get anything ever at all, and I thought it might be a repeat of the Spectrum Vega campaign, if you followed that or have been aware of that, where it dragged on and on and on, like the Atari VCS campaign seemed to be doing, and then they never got anything, and then right at the death it went to court cases, and people did get something at the end, but it's really shoddy, put together, badly piece of stuff. Atari VCS to the outsider might seem a bit like an overpriced console computer hybrid, but as I said again, it's not what I think it's about the people that backed it, and they backed it for a reason, and they was happy with it. I mean, the joysticks look quite cool. There's a bit of lighting around the side, LEDs if you're pushing that on the classical joystick, and it's got a new controller as well, which is compatible with the Xbox One, I believe. So that's good. Now, if you've received an Atari VCS, and you're really pleased with it so far, and you've got the patience, then let us know in the comment section below what you think of it. Or if it's been a complete disaster and you want to say a bit better straight away, then also ask, comment as well. But it's very interesting to see. Always good when a new console comes out, but at the end of the day, I don't want people conned there. But people would defend it to the death regardless, because they like the Atari name. Now, I hope you like the ZX Spectrum games that have been going up on the channel this week. It's all going a bit more Christmassy, and there'll be more Christmassy games following on going forward next week. If you're a member of the channel, you'll have access to the members section, and you'll be able to see what videos go up. Just to mention that as well, if you didn't know, now normally when I put that video up, all the members get an alert. YouTube had some technical problems last week, and I think it went down for an hour or so, and you might not have got that alert. I'm thinking, hey, where's my perk, where's my alert? Well, if you go to the main channel page and click on community posts, I think it is, then there'll be a link to that. So if you want to catch up, see what's going on, then you can do. Hooray! So Christmassy games that have gone up on the channel. There was Santos Xmas Adventure on the ZX Spectrum. I might put up some footage of that then. And it seemed it was by David Hughes in 2017, I think, and you get the sort of like impression he wasn't overly keen on Christmas, or maybe he was just having a bit of a light-hearted joke of it. But either way, it's a pretty good game. There's music in the background, which I didn't recognise first of all until someone pointed it out. It's actually a tune by Metallica, so that was quite good to see. We also dipped into the Commodore Amiga public domain scene, which is always good to do every now and again. Had a look at Santa and Rudolph Do Christmas, where you can control either Santa or Rudolph, but not the two together. And you have to get presents out of the sky, shoot baddies, and deliver them to igloos to get to the next stage. I know, it's some great sounds on that one. The other one is probably one of the best Christmas games out there, to be fair. Already reviewed it on the Sega Mega Drive, but this time we looked at it at the Super Nintendo or the SNES. It's the days before Christmas. A really cute platformer, this game. If you haven't seen the review, I recommend doing so. If you've got the real system or even emulation, if you bought these games in the past, I recommend retracking that up and down. You control Santa, of course, on this platformer game. An evil mouse has ruined Christmas and stolen all the presents, and you must get them back over a number of different stages. It's really nice to play. I even preferred it to James Bond 2 a Robocop, which is one of my favourite Christmassy games beforehand, but that is pretty good as well. Now, live streams hadn't been any for about the last 3 weeks, because I had a bit of an energy crash, but slowly getting it back now. Having done my Christmas shopping, that's put a lot of stress out the way as well, and you've got more time available, you've got more time to eat healthily. I've been taking vitamin D as well, and I think that might have been a case point too, but I'm not recommended taking vitamins. If you're short of stuff, see a doctor, get a blood test. I'm not recommending taking any vitamins because they might have side effects, but for me, vitamin D and vitamin C is really helping. And in the week, if you saw it, then we did a ZX Spectrum live stream, including a few Christmas games that we're not covering as a recorded thing this time. Ones we've done last year, I think Merry Christmas from Horace was one of the good ones there. So I'm hoping live stream wise do 1 or 2 next week, definitely before Christmas. If I can do more, then great, but I'm wary of other weeks where I promise more than I can potentially possibly do. When I get home from work, sometimes, I don't know yourself, sometimes when you get home from work you just want to relax. As soon as you sat down, the body starts turning things off and you go, oh god. But hopefully I like to do 1 or 2, so that's the live streams there. I don't know if you follow modern day games also. There was some news I put on Twitter really. Cyberpunk 2077, it's like a fully realised futuristic world, exploration there, free roam, and it's really buggy. Come out for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PS4 Pro, and it's so buggy that has been recalled. So I don't know if you've got that, but it's supposed to be the next step evolution. So Rockstar developing Grand Theft Auto 6, please check that it isn't buggy so you don't go down that same sort of route. But I'm sure they won't. Rockstar are pretty reliable, but there's always bugs in games first of all, isn't there? And I'd imagine they're going to work on Cyberpunk 2077 and then get it back out, but it might have been rushed after a few delays to get it out for Christmas. So yeah, a few things there, so don't panic if you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet. You've still got time to do it. Sorry we couldn't go on the walk, because I do like those, getting a bit of fresh air, and that generates energy as well. Atari VCS, people now starting to get them delivered. Will everyone get it delivered? The whole 10,000? I don't know, but it's promising so far, from a point where I didn't think I was going to get anything whatsoever. And live streams there, yeah, we'll be doing them next week. So let's come to the shout outs then. This is the members section. If you want to support the channel, if you like what you're seeing and you subscribed already, then please consider becoming a member, but only if it's not going to put you out financially, only if you don't want to miss the money. Starts from just $1.99, which is great value for the amount of input I put out each week, and it's all to do with trying to ease stress, really, there. But don't feel pressured to be a member, but it'll help me out a great deal, because all the little bits add up to a big bit. Then their aim is at some point to go full time again. Don't know if it's possible, but we'll keep pushing and pushing so we can actually do it. And if you're on the second tier and above, check out the join button if you want to see a bit more information. If you're on the second tier or above, I can give you a shout out your name, and shout out any projects that you might be working on, which a few of you have taken advantage of now. So hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. So big thank you this time to the members, Natty Nikki, thank you very much. Claire Johnson, thank you for your support, and this comes the first like a linky sort of like shout down there. Claire, back in the day when she was 14, she did some Spectrum coding or some Spectrum games, which she's recently put on a website. So if you want to check that out, that's specky.retrotech.one. I'll put it up on the screen in case I'm saying it wrong. Specky.retrotech.one. She wrote those games when she was 14. A few games on there which I've had a look at. There's Pac-Man, which gives you a keyboard or joystick variant which you can control. There's a number of other games as well, including Galaxian's Revenge, which is just joystick at the moment, but I think Claire might work on it, so you've got keyboard as well. And there's a good game I saw further down called Bomb Run, where it's that classic game where the plane goes by and has to hit the tall buildings before you crash into it and totally flatten the town, I believe, and then land the thing. So have a look at that one for you. Claire just reminded me she only put it up in about half an hour, so it just gives you access to those games. So have a look at it. Bit of retro goodness there. Thank you as well to James O'Grady, John Robury, Jeffrey Searby, Martin Rymel, and I think I mentioned this before. Didn't ask me to shout it out, but I'll shout it out again. His friend's done it's now available on Amazon actually. It's a card game called Heroic Echoic. So if you want to check that out on Amazon, do so. It's a fun card game where you've got to amass superheroes by bluffing your opponent and making noises as well, like akin to the old Batman from Adam West, Heroic Echoic. Big thank you. Almost lost myself then. Big thank you to Stuart Laycock and Steve Norman. Thank you, fellas. Lemmy Barnett, thank you very much. Stephen Q NEUK, thank you for your support there on Ko-Fi as well during the streams. Phil Hill, Rossi Bossy, thank you. Now Rossi's working on a racing game at the moment, which I won't give too much information here, but he has got a website where he's got a couple of completed games. In a retro sort of feel to it, so get a hold of this one. One of them is a free Christmas game that looks a bit like Scramble. That site is Rossi Bossy, so ROZEY. Again, I'll put up a link in case I'm getting this wrong. So ROZEYBO. I think it's ZZY, is it, or SSY? Anyway, the right one I'll say on the screen. .itch.io. That's rossibossy.itch.io. There's a Christmas there, says one day Christmas game. As I say, that's the one a bit like Scramble. And another game which was really good, which I meant to shout out for, is Nifty Lifty 2. Really well put together game, influenced by the original Nifty Lifty, but it adds an extra professional layer on there. And my voice is in there as a Dalek, and a few other bits and pieces there. So what more could you want? So check out that website to see Rossi's work. One day Christmas Gone and Nifty Lifty 2, and also in the future there might be a rather cool racing game. But anyway, I'll leave that with him. Extra thank you as well to Chono Baggy, Greyholt 2, Jason Holmes and Andrew Gibson. Thank you, fellas. And also a huge, as he runs out of breath, huge thank you to anyone on the top tier. lending your support, because this helps massively. If we get a lot of people on here, then it's happy days in terms of the what we can do. But thank you for all your support everywhere. All tiers really, all tiers add up. So thank you to Richard Mitten, Tom, thank you, Graham Vebke, thank you very much Graham, and Julie Monkton. Now, I've shouted out this site a few times from Julie. She's running a rather cool advent calendar on there at the moment, which I quite often I retweet certain days. It's mygamingmemories.weebly.com, mygamingmemories.weebly.com, and that's Julie's site there. It's a blog and her memories of her diary back in the day, but the thing that's going great guns at the moment is advent calendar, so give that a bit of love, as of all those sites there, people that support the channel. Now, if you're on this list or thinking of joining the list and you want a shout out as well, obviously leave me a message in the members section, or Twitter, DM me, or stuff like that. So thank you for coming on this, well, non-walk this time. At least I got a red Christmassy sort of like shirt on. And yeah, there'll be a couple of videos going up on the Saturday, as there always are, although I'll be at work, and a couple of videos on Sunday as well. Next Friday, of course, is Christmas, so I don't think I'll be doing a video like this at Christmas Day, so we might put up something on Thursday a little bit different. So take care of yourself. Thank you for watching this video and supporting the channel as well. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.